Hi, I'm Adriana Loya from Chiro Matchmakers. Welcome to my pro tip series on how to find the right chiropractic assistant for the right job. My pro tip series will help you decide if you need to hire right now, if your team members are in the right roles, how to read your team's mind, and who you need to hire next. Also, how to find great candidates and how to interview those great candidates. I will be hosting a webinar at the end of the month to unpack every one of those topics. There's a link down below for you to register for my webinar. Now, if you need help right now, you just cannot wait for the webinar. My schedule link is also down below, so schedule a brainstorming call with me right now. So far, we've talked about how to know when you're ready to hire your next CA. If your team is overwhelmed, if they are not finishing their tasks at the end of the day, if they are running behind schedule, and if you have team members with an attitude problem, then this is the right time for you to start looking for a new CA. We also talked about how important it is to have the right people in the right roles right now. Before you start looking for a new CA, you need to know if you have any gaps or holes that you need to fill with your next hire. We talked about accountability charts. The accountability charts are the best way to know if everyone in your team is in the right role. The accountability chart describes the ownership of work. Tasks are assigned to every role within the practice. Once you know if your team members are in the right roles, we can start to look at the next person that will be joining your team. So let's get started with pro tip number 3. Who do I hire next? So let's go over the most common CA positions within a practice. You have your check-in CA, front desk receptionist, checking people in. So the check-in CA is the boss of today. They are in charge of what's happening right now. They handle the schedule book. They handle the patient flow. They help with internal promotions. Typically, they're extroverted, they're outgoing, and they have tons of energy. You also have your checkout CA. That is the boss of tomorrow. Office policies, compliance, making sure your patients are following your systems and your procedures. They are in charge of payments, collecting those payments from your patients. They typically are more on the private, introverted, quiet side, but they're really great with details. There's also tech CAs. So that would be your clinical assistant, your new patient concierge, if you're not splitting those roles into two. They help you with sales internally, gathering internal referrals for you. And they are also in charge of helping you convert that patient. So they typically are really great at building an empathetic connection with your practice members, with your patients. There's also the back office CA. So they help you with the business aspect of the practice, managing a lot of those administrative aspects, accounts, insurance, payroll, billing, checking the mail. They are all about the systems and organization. Now, there's also an office manager or integrator. So that person is part of your leadership team. They run the business. They help you run the business. They help you set the rest of the team. They help you with accountability and holding your other team members accountable. They're very organized, driven, and focused type of people. Now you may also have a new business development expert. So that type of CA is a sales professional, right? They network on your behalf, they develop relationships, they do external marketing events, outside talks, spinal screenings, corporate events. They typically are very extroverted, very outgoing type of personality. And so those are the typical roles that we see within a practice. Now, I have a great team and roles and responsibilities infographic for a chiropractic practice. So there's a link down below. You can register to receive a free copy of my infographic. Now, to know who you need to hire next, you need to take a look at the CAs that you already have. And based on your accountability chart and the responsibilities everybody already has in the office, then you can examine what is the next role you need to hire for. Perhaps you only have one CA in your practice and she's filling every single one of the roles that I just mentioned. But she needs help, right? And that's why we're trying to bring that extra help. If that is your case, then you need to strategize to see how you can split the one position into two positions by dividing those responsibilities. Maybe you have a bigger practice and you have a check-in front desk CA, a checkout front desk CA, a tech CA, but maybe you, the practice owner, you are taking care of all the billing responsibilities, the accounts, the office administration, on top of taking care of your patients, right? So in that case, you would need to hire a back office CA, someone that can take care of all the administrative duties. Maybe you're ready to hire an office manager and you can jump right into that. So on my next pro tip, I will be teaching you how to find great candidates and how to interview them. So stay tuned for pro tip number 4 next week. But if you cannot wait for my next pro tip, schedule a call right now. I will brainstorm with you and help you figure out who you need to hire next. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful, healthy day.